Hi YouTube, Tim Eckert here. In this video, I want to talk about the signs of the trig identities per quadrant. So I've drawn a unit circle here, and I'm going to use that to kind of help explain what the signs of each trig identities are per quadrant. So I'm going to start in quadrant 1 here, and let's just draw a triangle here. So we're going to draw a triangle out. This is a radius of 1 because it's a unit circle centered at the origin, has a radius of 1, and we've got our x value here, our y value here. X is this side, y is this side. So the cosine of theta, if we have this angle here, theta, cosine of theta would be the adjacent side x divided by 1, which is just x. So this is the cosine of theta. And the sine of theta would be the opposite side, y, divided by 1, so just y. So this is the sine of theta. Now we'll notice here that this is on the positive part of the x-axis and the positive part here of the y-axis. So both x and y are positive, so cosine of theta is positive. Sine of theta is positive. The tangent of theta is the sine divided by the cosine. So the tangent of theta is a positive divided by a positive, so that makes it a positive. The secant of theta is 1 over the cosine, so that's positive. The cosecant of theta is 1 over the sine, so that's positive. And the cotangent of theta is 1 over the tangent, so that's positive as well. So all the 6 trig identities are positive in quadrant 1. So let's go to quadrant 2. All right. So if we think here, let's think again. We have, x and y. Well, when we can think about this here is that now our x is negative while our y part is still positive. So the cosine of theta is going to be negative. The sine of theta, which is y, is still going to be positive. Now the tangent is the sine divided by the cosine, so a positive divided by a negative. So the tangent of theta is going to be negative. The secant of theta, 1 over the cosine, is 1 over a negative number, so that's negative. The cosecant, 1 over the sine, that's going to be still positive. And the cotangent, 1 over the tangent, well, that's 1 over a negative, so that's negative. Okay, moving to quadrant 3, if we draw out, let's draw out another triangle here. And so we've got our xy here. In this case, well, x is still negative if we go along here. And y is now also negative. Okay, so both the cosine of theta and the sine of theta are going to be negative. Okay, the tangent of theta, which is the sine divided by the cosine, a negative divided by negative is going to be positive. Now secant of theta, 1 over the cosine, is going to be negative. Cosecant of theta, 1 over the sine, is going to be negative. And then cotangent of theta, 1 over the tangent, is going to be positive. Okay, so that's quadrant 3. All right, so now if we move to quadrant 4, we've got our xy here. So now x is going to be positive. Okay, and then y is still going to be negative though. So the y part is still negative. So because x is positive, the cosine of theta is positive. Because y is negative, the sine of theta is going to be negative. The tangent is the sine divided by the cosine, so the tangent of theta is a negative divided by a positive, that's negative. Secant, 1 over the cosine, secant is 1 over the cosine, so that's 1 over a positive, that's positive. Cosecant, 1 over the sine, that's going to be negative. And cotangent theta, 1 over the tangent, is going to be negative. Hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, please like and subscribe. Also, teachers and anyone who wants to check out my worksheet, I'll leave a link to the Teacher by Teacher store in the description, as well as a link to my website. I hope to see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.